Okay, YouTube, here we are with the Black Widow. Last time we put the links on, got the skid plate and all into the chassis. Today we're going to put on the axles, shocks, and drive shafts. Kind of got to do all that at the same time. We're going to start with the rear axle, the easier of the two. Alright, here's the rear axle. We're going to first put on these U-joint for the drive shaft. It'll make it easier while it's out of the vehicle. Now these little U-joints have a little pin inside them that's screwed in that there's a hole in the drive shaft connection here on the axle. So you place this U-joint here, and then we got metal on metal here. So we're going to put a little Loctite on this screws right on the threads. So we sure don't want those to fall out when we're out in the field. And all the screws we use that go metal on metal, we put Loctite. I already said that before. The blue type. The red type, a little bit too difficult to get out. If you don't never want it to come apart, and you don't ever plan on taking it apart, then you can use the red type. Alright, we're back. I think my card was full in my camera, so I don't think we got all of the rear shot, or the rear, but the rear and the front are pretty much the same. So we'll just show you exactly how we did it on the back by doing it on the front. Okay, again, we're going to take the axle and we'll take the links that go to the outside of the skid plate and put them in the top of the axle. Alright, so, and one screw goes through and holds both links in place on the top of the axle. We have these little lock nut that goes on here, my favorite. And oh my goodness, I think I might have got this one lined up the very first time. Oh yes. Alright. Hold that locked up with my trusty little pair of pliers here. And whoop. Tighten it up. Don't need to put no Loctite on here. These are lock wash or nuts made to lock down. Alright. Next, with the other two shafts on, and to do our two links on. To do that, we also need to put the drive shaft on and the shocks all at the same time. So we'll get the drive shaft on. Get the shocks. This is really not that difficult. Again, the shocks, I have little spacers here on the shocks, kind of bring them out away from the frame, away from the frame, so that they will kind of look like they're straight up and down. I don't have them perfectly straight up and down. I got a little bit of lean to them, kind of like that look. And they won't bind on the frame at all. this way. Once you have the shock in, put the shock on the inside of the mount. Just seems to be nice. It looks better there. It gives me that more straight up look. Place the link on the outside of the mount. And then run a screw through everything. Sometimes that's easier said than done. We'll get it. The doggone steering knuckle in the way. Okay, that's just giving me a little bit of a fit. There we go. Now I'll get the shock in place. Alrighty. Got it. Get the lock nut on. Trusty little pair of pliers. Tighten that down. Alrighty then, the other side, do it all over again. Drop the screw. Get them all lined up. That lock nut. Last time I had to mess with this lock nut. These little ones. Of course, each one of the tires has got one. Wheels. Take my trusty little pair of pliers. Steering knuckle out of the way. Tighten up by all the screws. Very good. Okay. And that's the front. And as you can see, the Black Widow is taking shape. Looking good. I'm sure y'all would like to see it with some wheels, tires, so we'll put those on too. And that will give you nothing left but the electronics. So, the wheels, as I told you before, somewhere in one video, these wheels, the little caps, hubcaps, are in with 5 little screws. And those little screws have to come out to get the cap off to get the hub screw in there. So we take out all 5 of those screws. Really, you don't have to take, there's actually 6, but you only have to take out 5. And then the cap, once you loosen up this screw here, will fall out. And then you can put them on your vehicle. 12mm. Got a little washer here. And the hex. Place that on there. The hex is on here on the axle, fits in the hex inside of the wheel. Like so. Put the washer back on and put your lock nut back on. Use your handy dandy little wheel nut tool. Tighten it up. Place the hub back in, hub cover back in, and put your little screws back in. Making sure you tighten them all up. Not as fast as NASCAR, but we're getting it done. These screws are nothing more than decorative other than holding the hub on. But it makes it look like they got lug nuts. Looks like you got 6 lugs on your tires, wheels, axles, whatever. Go around one time after you get it all put together, make sure everything's tight. Don't want to lose one of these little buggers. Entity did give us some extra ones though. There we go. Okay, I'm going to zip you guys into the future and show you what it looks like with all 4 of them on. Okay guys, YouTube. There she is. The Black Widow. The bases of it. We got a lot of work we want to do on it, but it looks pretty good. I like the stance. I like the colors. The next thing we're going to do is put the electronics in it. Once we get the electronics in it, we'll give it a run, and then we'll do some cosmetic things to it to make it look a little more scale. Put a driver in it, some motor, engine maybe. We got to do some work on that, find some parts, but I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with the outcome.